Hey, you don't look confident, Bo. You don't look confident when you're doing that. You don't look confident.
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar, sponsored by ChiefsBlitz.com, presented by UnderdogFantasy.com. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athen, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense.
He got to win the Super Bowl touchdown.
Okay, got a catch. Anybody could have made that catch.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State.
You did it, man. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Guys, y'all got it. Comic. Guys, y'all.
I don't know what the trade details are. Hold on.
Boom.
Boom.
Worthy.
Xavier Worthy.
Isn't that crazy? It's been 11 months since the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and it's gone by so fast.
Oh, it's time to piss Dre off. Pull up a picture of 81. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Rashad Smith.
Rashad Smith.
There it is. The Chiefs have done their perfect draft.
Dre's gone. I don't know where he's gone.
Yo, welcome to the show. It's a Chiefs Blitz night. Breaking down the plays, keeping everything tight. From Mahomes to the defense, we give you the scoop. Real talk, real stats, we the ultimate troop.
All righty, welcome to a special edition of the Chiefs Blitz podcast, Four Guys in a Bar. I'm
Happy hour, Nick.
Happy hour somewhere. I am your host, Nick Athen, with Mr. Hense Todd, Mr. Lou Montagna, and Coach Andre Tillman. It is a Red Friday evening. We are in different parts of the world, all here mostly in the Midwest, with Lou, with the exception out there on the right coast.
North Coast, Nick.
North Coast.
I'm on the lake, one of the Great Lakes, Erie.
Nice.
Yep.
Lake Erie. Very nice. All right, we're coming to you. We've got a great game coming up Sunday. The Kansas City Chiefs will host the Philadelphia Eagles in Game 2, 3:30 kickoff at 1 Arrowhead Drive, Arrowhead Stadium, Gia Field. It's going to be a great matchup. Kudos to Hense and Andre. Spent a little time out there with my good friend, Mr. Nick Wright.
Yeah.
Kansas City at the Power and Light District. So, hey, before we get started, talk about it, guy. Talk about it, you two.
Get a little cozy there.
Let's do it. You guys got some pictures and everything.
And Coach with Get Nick Right.
You got a haircut too. Look at you. Damn.
Yeah. So, we was out there, celebrate with the fans. The Chiefs Blitz family got invited out there. It was a nick of time. See, there's your boy Hense. I was out there with and Mr. Senior and Andy.
You fooled me for about a second on that one. That was the not the real Andy Reid.
That was not. That was the look like Danny Perkins is there, former host. There he is, Nick Wright, my fellow Barstow High School graduate, and glad you guys were able to spend some time with him and be there at the Power and Light District. It looked like it was pretty crazy. 3 hours, right, Hense? 3 hours.
3 hours. It was a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
They was kept thanking me. Thanking the Chiefs Blitz for helping get on most of the people out there. So we just want all those people that came out there that came from Chiefs Blitz. Just subscribe to the YouTube channel. While I was out there, I was just having people subscribe to the YouTube channel.
All right, let's see what we got.
You were watching them do it.
Let me look.
Watching them do it.
I need magic proof, number man. Is.
Yeah, man.
But
magic number is. Here we go.
Honestly, the experience, guys, was great.
Ooh, we're 2,099. We need one more during the show to get to 2,100.
Yeah, so we was up there, man. Seeing them guys go live and really break down the Chiefs and see the fans. And hey, hence the Eagles fan was starting to come along at the end of the show. We see a lot of Eagles fans. They chant their Eagles slogan, they Eagle quote, and all that other good shit. But other than that, it was a great time. It was
just one particular Buffalo Bills fan that was getting on everybody.
He wanted the attention, man. He was ringing everybody's ear. He said he's from Buffalo, and he really wasn't from Buffalo. And he was really letting him know I stand on 10 toes. I am a real Buffalo Bills fan, and he wanted his time. He wanted his shine, right?
Mhm.
So he did it. Nick Wright, seen him. You know what I'm saying? Gave him some love. So it was cool.
Did you guys
it was
get
cool.
$20?
We didn't bring no signs. But I did get to go on stage.
He was handing out a lot of 20s.
Yeah, he dropped a wad full of money, like this much money out of his pocket. It fell on the ground. I was like, "Oh, you got to pick that up, sir." But again,
when he went to the bank, they didn't have any 10s, so he had to give everybody 20s.
But it shocked me though, because he was really giving out 20s for signs. I was like, "Oh wow, that's what's up."
Well, earlier in the week on the show, he said, "If anybody comes down and has a sign, I'll buy you a beer."
Well, there you go.
He figured $10 would have covered it, but all he had was 20s.
Hey, Lou, it wasn't no damn $10. I'll tell you that was 20.
Yeah,
multiple shots.
Absolutely.
He was buying multiple.
He said the bank didn't have the 10s, so
yes,
20s
sir,
it was.
What's up, Mango? All the way from where he's at.
He's farther away than he normally is.
That's right.
But again, it was an amazing time. I was calling Drake to get on stage, but I ain't had no signal. But like Lou said, I always make my way around someone. And also I was on stage,
Tell us about that little jig you did at the beginning of the show.
Hey, I was dancing before the show because they came to guide us because they gave us these yellow bands. So if you like me, I think it was only me, Dre, and one of our fans, Sam, that's on the show. Yeah, he came down.
Who were the two guys in like the white T-shirts with the Kevin Wilde's face crossed out? You were standing right next to him.
There were some guys that follow Chiefs Blitz on Instagram.
Because they got a shot. Danny Parkinson was talking to them on air.
Yeah. So they got a shot because they bought the shirts they made. Me talking about how he's not part of Kansas City, but it was an amazing show. And Matt is a great performance. Not performance, but great experience for the Chiefs fans to come out there. But Tom Brady and I'm going to be there as well on Sunday. So if you guys want to go down there and check it out as well, so 11 o'clock.
Go down there and see the GOAT, man. Why not?
Why not? That's going to be rocking at Arrowhead on Sunday. That's for sure.
But again, guys, it was amazing. And I want to shout out the the team that reached out to us. They kept thanking us. Also, I showed on when I go off the show. They gave us some T-shirts and.
Did you give me one?
They only gave us. Only gave us one. I was waiting on the other lady to bring some more, but
all right,
first things first. T-shirts.
First thing first.
I have one. It's all good.
But she said, "Thank you guys." She said, "Also thank all the Chiefs Blitz fans for coming out." And she said, because it was a lot of guys that said they was asking where they came from. So a lot of people said they was going to Chiefs Blitz.
Nice,
yeah.
It was nice. So if we can get those guys, you can come on over because it was a lot of.
We're one away from 2,100, so let's do it.
But other than that, man, it was fun. If you go back and watch the show, you'll see me and Coach up front. They pulled us up to the front, told us to get up front so we can be on national TV.
10 seconds after the show started, you guys, those beautiful mugs showed up. as Nick came in with the marching band, the mayor, and whatever else he had going on. But yeah, that was good.
It's all good, man.
Yeah,
love it. All right, great, good stuff.
So we got before we get into everything,
still a game to play, right?
Yeah, still got a game to play.
Let's get into our sponsor.
All right, let's do it. Underdog Fantasy. Here we go. Play now in Missouri. Start with $5. Get 50 in bonus dollars. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. In the higher or lower game, you can pick Jackson. You can pick Mahomes. He's going to have a better week. Win money on sports. We make it pretty easy around here to join the Underdog Club. All you got to do is hit the scan here. Scan it with your phone. It goes to our page. Make sure the promo code Chiefs Blitz is in there. Set up your account. Play $5. Get 50 in bonus dollars. And if you sign up, I keep throwing these out there, people. It's a Bobby Bell signed card.
That's worth signing up right there.
Worth $100 right there.
That card's worth more than $5.
I may give that one away. Actually, it just depends.
Yeah.
But it's pretty great. I appreciate that. Also, as a lot of you know, I am selling my 50 years of sports collectibles. The shop is now open. I need to populate it. Hopefully, I'll have some time on Saturday to add a bunch of stuff. but this is kind of one of the teaser ones. I've got a Super Bowl signed football from 5 Kansas City Chiefs Hall of Famers: Lenny Dawson, Johnny Robinson, Bobby Bell, Willie Lanier, and who am I missing there? Emma Thomas.
Johnny Robinson?
No,
Johnny Robinson?
Yep, Emma Thomas.
So that was the last one.
Yeah,
posthumously.
And only
right?
$1,450, free shipping, free case, and a bonus collectible that will go with that as well. If you want to win the ultimate ride, we are helping the Derek Thomas Neil Smith Third and Long Foundation celebrate this great giveaway. For $100, you can enter their raffle, which will be done on October 16th. The winner will be chosen. 100% of the proceeds will benefit the Derek Thomas Neil Smith Third and Long Foundation and the Duron Cherry Foundation. So I've done it. You can do it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, and you get a chance to get the ultimate ride. If you haven't seen that car, it is tight. It's pretty cool. I have seen Derek. I did see Derek drive that car many times. So Derek was one of the all-time best. So there you go.
If you watch a game last night, that he was featured a little bit during the game, kind of comparing Micah Parsons to DT.
Got ways to go in my book.
Well, I think just the type of player,
they're very
basically the
players.
same size, right?
Yep.
And just to bend and be able to kind of like rip through and take the corners and just the whole thing. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yep.
Awesome. So with that said, Lou, what you have for today for fact or cap?
That's right, gang. Here we go. It's Friday. It's still Friday, right? I mean, I'm still in the Eastern time zone.
Most everywhere.
It's only 8:15. So yeah, second greatest game on YouTube. I don't know what Kevin Wildes was talking about today with this and that and the other, but you know where it's at, gang. This is where you want to be. All right, so I'm going to read a series of statements about the doings and happenings in the National Football League, and you guys can decide, hey, is that fact or is it cap? So play along in the chat. We'll check in with our folks here in just a second. So here we go. First off, the Cleveland Browns play. Well, the current Cleveland Browns play the old Cleveland Browns this weekend in Baltimore, the Baltimore Ravens. It's been 30 years or something like that since the Browns came back, or since they left Cleveland, and it's just a big mess, a big incestuous thing happening there in Baltimore. But ahead of the game, you've got Grant Delpit when asked about, being able to tackle Derrick Henry. Hey, no big deal, man. I mean, it may have been taken out of context, but I don't care. It was a fun thing to hear. And then Derrick Henry's kind of response to it. Jerry Jeudy later on talking about how the Ravens defensive backfields, no big deal. He's going to be able to shred them. What are the Browns doing? So the statement is this: the Browns chirping like this going into the game will actually help them get up and upset the Ravens this weekend. Fact or cap?
I'll have to say that will be a fact.
Ooh.
I think the Browns is going to come out here and upset the Ravens this weekend. If that defense played like that against Buffalo, but they ain't got no top receivers and they got high school receivers out there. What you imagine what the Browns going to do? You know what I mean? They get the running game going. They got a heck of defense with Myles Garrett and everybody over there. So I have to say that would be a fact for sure.
11.5-point underdogs, by the way, for those of you keeping score.
Yeah, two winners there. Fact, and take the Browns and the points if you're playing this game. Listen, Joe Flacco is going to go back to Baltimore where he won a Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson is only 3-3 versus the Browns in his career, which is kind of mind-boggling. And he and Joe Burrow both have had issues with the Browns, even though the Browns, for the most part, are just a terrible football team. But that defense, what they did against the Bengals in the second half, holding them to 7 yards, whatever it was. Myles Garrett is the best defensive player in pro ball. I think the Ravens are going to be still reeling from that loss to the Bills.
So they say don't let one loss turn into two, but that's
that problem
tough
here too.
Divisional opponent coming in, very emotional. Obviously, the trash talk. Coach, what do you say?
That's a big fact for me. I think Browns gonna go out there and shut down Derrick Henry. I think you want to get your team hyped up, ladies and gentlemen. You want your team to be hyped up. You want to give them a boost. I think the Browns will go out there and shock the world, man. think the Browns go out there and get it done. So
I
I love the hype. I love it.
Yeah, that's a rough look coming off a loss and talking smack about like the best running backs going. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that. I'd love to see the Browns. The Browns have played them tough there in the past. Deshaun Watson actually had a decent game, right? Last time he played there. So we'll see. Number 2, also in the AFC, the Miami Dolphins, who, from my view, have been just kind of a mess. From the end of last year to Tyreek basically wanting out, other players demanding trades, looking to get out of there, Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard, all these guys. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And then they come out and lay that egg in Indianapolis in week 1. So you're like, what the hell is going on with this team? So the statement is this. Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel will be the first head coach fired, and it'll probably be within the first 5 weeks of this season. Fact or cap?
I would say that's a fact. Because, I was rooting for the man when he came from the 49ers. He came over here and they looked good, when they first time here, when he was first time over there. But other than that, man, his team was not gelled together after that. After that, Tua's calling out players and Tyreek Hill don't want to be there. The defense ain't playing like nothing. So this team is just a bundle of themselves. So I have to say, there'll be a fact. He'd be after the 5 weeks, not even 5 weeks. Dude, next week after that, he'd probably be fired.
Yeah, I'm going to go fact. They made a big mistake letting Vic Fangio go. That was the beginning of their downfall. This is probably one of the worst coaches, worst prepared coach. This franchise is a mess. They made a lot of mistakes. They signed a lot of rich contracts. They made the big trade for Tyreek Hill. And they just don't have the quarterback to sustain any kind of real success for year after year. So, unfortunately, the head coach is going to pay the price, and I think it's going to be after week 4.
I'm gonna say it's still early, guys. It's still early. I do believe as the season progresses, we'll see, because he is a good offensive coach. They still got good pieces around Tua right now when Waddle and Tyreek Hill still. So, I don't know. It's still early, so we'll see. But I'm gonna go with cap on this. I'm gonna go with cap.
Far cry from rolling up 70 against the Broncos, right? They've just kind of found their groove offensively. They were decent defensively, but as soon as the weather got a little bit cooler, whatever, they cooled off as well. I think Mike McDaniel is an amazing offensive coach. Mm-hmm. Some guys are just meant to be coordinators, and it might be the best thing for him to get basically released from this mess and then just kind of wait till next year and find a new place, or hell, go back to San Francisco and be the offensive coordinator there. But I'm going fact on this one all the way. All right, number 3. Always got to throw in a Chiefs one here, and I think at some point this year we are going to get the Brashard Smith game, right, where he just kind of puts it all together. First off, gets the opportunity at maybe touching the ball 10 or 12 times, and then kind of showcase everything that he can do and maybe unlock a piece of this offense that we haven't seen in a while. We just don't know when that's going to be. So the statement is this. The Brashard Smith game is going to happen on Sunday. This Sunday against the Eagles. No fooling around. Get him the ball however you can and take advantage of everything that he brings to the table. Fact or cap?
I would say that would be a fact.
Ooh, week 2.
I think week 2, you looked at Isaiah Pacheco. You know what you got in Kareem Hunt. You don't, Smith showed what he can do in a preseason. The Chiefs got to find a running back, right? We can't just go out here and just say, "Hey guys, we're gonna throw the ball, stop us," right? You gotta have the balance, and that's what we've seen on last Friday with the Chiefs. There wasn't balance, and they nicked them in the butt at the beginning of that game. So they got to come out here and run the ball somehow. And why not, Mr. Smith? Why not?
God, I want to say fact. I just don't think it's going to be this week. I think it's going to be probably maybe week 3 or 4 where he gets a lot more touches, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to say cap on this one. Chiefs missed out on Bigsby. They had their opportunity, but the Eagles offered 2 picks versus the Chiefs 1. I'm with you, Lou. This is the future. This is the only guy that can be a 3-down back that they have on the roster, and they've got to get him up to speed. So they have to increase his workload. So as much as I want to go fact, I've just got to go cap for maybe another week.
I'm gonna say cap as well because still with dealing with Pac and dealing with Kareem Hunt, we don't know what Mitchell gonna do. We really don't know. I would love to see Rashad Smith go out there and utilize that speed and agility and whatnot. But I think Dame said it. Dame said, Andy Reid is not really known for the running game. You know what I'm saying? He's not really known for it. So how many touches is he going to get? He's going to get more touches than Pac. He's going to get more touches than Kareem Hunt. I don't know. So it's yet to be seen. I don't know. I'm going to go cap.
Yeah, it's tough, after the first game because I think they only had like 10 handoffs, in terms of the running backs.
Right.
I think Pops had 5 and Kareem had 5. So to get him in there, even if he touches the ball, just throw him the ball. However it is.
Anything.
But I think they definitely have to run the ball a little, at least show that they're going to run the ball a little bit so that those defensive linemen aren't just teeing off on this young offensive line and Patrick's back there running around for his life. So even if you're not gaining a ton of yards, you still got to keep them honest a little bit, slow down that pass rush and help screens, use them on reverses. However, just get the ball in his hands and try to get something dynamic out of the running game, and hopefully that opens up stuff down the field. So
I agree.
I'm going to say fact. It's going to be tough for this week, but I'm being positive. That's my guy coming in the draft. I'm feeling it. Let's go. Rashard Smith, number 24. Yes, let's go. Sunday, Rashard Smith. Fact. Of course, this segment always brought to you by our folks at Underdog Fantasy Sports. Play today, play often.
There you go.
So with that said, let's get into the main meat of the show. It's Eagles versus
disrespected when you say that. I just damn it,
main meat.
I'm sorry about that, but again,
it's to the real meat.
Versus Eagles.
Forget about the fun and games. Let's get to the serious stuff.
We've gone from afternoon to evening on the Chiefs Blitz podcast.
That's right.
It's Red Friday, guys, and hey, go ahead and ask the question, Luke. Go ahead and ask.
All right. So, is this game more about the Chiefs getting redemption, or about simply getting a win to avoid a shocking 0-2 start?
Shit.
Nick?
I don't know if it's a revenge game. I think it's the latter. Just win to avoid getting a shocking start. Patrick Mahomes has never lost 3 consecutive games, so we'd be talking about Super Bowl 59, the opener against the Chargers, and then to come back again and lose to the Eagles twice in 3 games. I think that's a hard thing to do. I think the Chiefs just want to go out there and get back on track. Listen, they should have won that game against the Chargers, even with all the things that went wrong. The Chargers played a perfect game. The Chiefs played an imperfect game at times, and just weren't able to do the things they normally do. I think last week was more of a, they didn't adjust to the loss of Worthy. They've got now 9 days. They got some extra rest. It looks like Worthy won't play this week. It looks like he may come back for the Giants game. But for me, just go win a football game. I don't care if it's a close game. I don't care if it's a blowout. Just win it, whatever it takes. I don't think the Chiefs have to prove anything. I don't believe in the theory that all these national pundits are like, the Chiefs are done even if they lose this game. They're not done. The division is a little different in most years. So I think at the end of the day, just go win a football game. Don't do any rah-rah BS. Just go out there, play smash mouth football, play good on defense, feed off the home crowd, and just take advantage of what the Eagles will give them defensively and put some pressure on Jalen Hurts, and that's all I think they have to do.
Go ahead, Lou.
All right. So I think not so much revenge, not so much redemption, but I think it is a little bit of redemption just to get the taste out of their mouth from the Super Bowl. That might have been, you want to say that they were looking ahead or whatever, but they are human, right? So that could have been part of it in terms of the Chargers game where the long trip, everything. There's so many different things, but again, no excuses. You still go out there, you're professional, you're there to play, but they didn't, and they lost. So this game, I think it's more so to show that the Super Bowl was a fluke, that it got away from them that badly, that they get blown out like within the first 10 minutes of the game. It felt like it was over. So I think that's just not necessarily to prove it to themselves, but to just kind of wash that, to flush it for good, and just kind of move on with the season. Because again, I talked about it before, is the percentage of making the playoffs. What if you lose the first two, and then God forbid, the first three? It's just very difficult to make the playoffs then. So it's important a lot of different ways. Not so much that it's the Eagles, it's just that it's the second game and you lost the first one. But overall, this would help if they beat the Eagles, kind of flush it, say, okay, that was a fluke, this isn't a trend, and we just move on with the rest of the season.
Man, damn all that. Built to ass.
Built to ass.
Built to ass. Guys, built to ass. We got to punk Carter, man. Jalen Carter's out here punking quarterbacks, man.
Spitting on people.
Yeah, man. We got to put a belt to listen. Creed Humphreys, this is your game, man. This is Creed Humphreys' game to punch him in his mouth, right? This is the interior lineman's game. Trey Smith, Creed. You know what I'm saying? This is y'all time, man. This is y'all time to punch them in the mouth. This game is about the trenches, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what they got to be, Coach?
They got to be nasty.
Nasty.
They got to be
nasty in there.
Man, they're going to have to be, man. Mahomes should be looking clean out there. I'm talking about clean out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Jalen Hurts should be on his ass. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
We can say, to avoid an 0-2 start. But if I hear that fly Eagles die chant, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I heard that down in Paralight. So I jumped in the middle of their circle, was like, oh! I brought all the Chiefs fans over there.
Talk to him, bro.
This has got to be the revenge game. If I'm Patrick Mahomes, I circled this game with a big permanent marker right on the bulletin board. I said the embarrassment that I got right in front of the in front of the world, right? Get beat like that in front of the world. It's like the Chiefs got done. You playing in the store, right? You clowning in class. You know me, in front of the girls, and next thing you know, your parent walk in. Now you get pulled by the ear in front of everybody at school, or you get put out of class. Now now your rep is messed up, and that's what's happening to the Chiefs. They rep is messed up right now because everybody is questioning everything they doing. Everybody's questioning everything that the Chiefs got going on. That even the fan base. I was down there talking to the fan base, and some of them said, I don't know what they're going to think. I don't know if we're going to win the game. I don't know if we're going to win the game.
They was.
I said, what you mean? You don't know what you're going to win the game.
They're spoiled. They're spoiled. I
said, you got Patrick Mahomes. So I would say this got to be a revenge game, not just for the Chiefs, also for the Chiefs fans. I don't want to hear no fly Eagles fly. You come out there and you raise the decibels loud. You make the eardrums bleed. Go ahead, sir.
I have a request, Hense. I think you need to go to the airport tomorrow and just stay there. And when all the Eagles fans start landing, you send them home.
Send them back.
We don't
boot to ass back on the plane.
You're not welcome here.
That's why I was staying at the thing every time.
You go watch it on TV with all the rest of your fans. No, you're not coming into our house.
I was at the rally today. I was like, they kept trying to sing Eagles fly. I said, everybody with me. Die, Eagles, die.
No, we don't want that. We don't want to
These
preach
are
that.
not meant to fly. Die, Eagles, die.
Guys, do you know at the end of the
These
show?
are not meant to fly.
He ain't lying. At the end of the show, them Eagles came thick. They was chanting Eagles, EAGLE. It started getting intense.
The flights are coming in. You got to go to the
airport.
All right,
boy,
so
it started getting
Chiefs
real.
Blitz fans,
Nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
Look
You're right for free speech.
Hey, like real talk, like our both stated, this game is very important. It's a statement game for the Chiefs, man. We got to step on them because we don't need the Eagles to get no more momentum. We don't need no more of these guys out here on social media, all these networks really landing into the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? We really got to go out there and make the statement this game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. I don't know as far as the Eagles having momentum, that again, they're in a different conference, whatever. I think it's just really to kind of exercise that demon. I mean, because it was so bad. If it was like a close game or whatever, you'd still be like pissed or whatever. But the feeling is that we got embarrassed, got run out of the place, and we had no answers for that pass rush. Nothing. So at very least, the offensive line has really got to take this personally. Be nasty. Give them an opportunity, Coach Reed, to come off the ball and just mash them. Hey, I don't care if you're getting 2 yards a carry. Yeah, just at least
make it happen.
10,
physicality,
12, at
man.
least 15
Physicality,
running plays. We only had 10 last week, right? So let's make them stop the running game a little bit.
I told you, Lou. It's like back in the day. You trying to be cute in front of a girl, then next you know you don't know your parent there, and you get embarrassed. And that's what happened to the Chiefs, because we all
the face.
We all been there, you like, dang, mama, you embarrassed me. Hey, I liked her. But that's what happened to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, man. But let's get to go ahead and get to the next question. Lou, go ahead.
All right. So which team's defense has more to prove after their week 1 performance? Well, this might be an obvious one, but okay. You take it, Nick.
Yeah, Chiefs. I mean, period. They have to make up for their performance last a week ago tonight. They were very the lack of aggressiveness. Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, talked a lot about having 4, 5, 6 plays that he'd like to have called differently. Maybe if he does, maybe it's a different outcome. They got to work together. They can't go rogue. They must put Jeffrey Bassett on the field, if nothing more, to be a shadow for Jalen Hurts and third down situations. I'll give up a pass or I'll give up a run. Put that kid out there as a shadow so maybe he can prevent a big play, because Hurts is going to run instantly if he sees a crease, and the Chiefs have to be ready for that. But this defense, they got a lot of pressure on them this week. The secondary didn't look good. The safeties didn't look good. The linebackers looked okay. The defensive line was just couldn't get enough pressure on Chargers quarterback. So Herbert had a great game. Chiefs defense is this game. You've got all the pressures. The Eagles don't have any pressure.
None.
It's got to be the Chiefs, right? We can say the Eagles, this and this and that, but the Chiefs, you got not just Chris Jones, you got good players and everything, but you got the amazing fans behind you. Right. The noise count, you got all that behind you, and you better come out here and perform. The sack numbers better be up. I better see Jalen Hurts getting to the line, don't know what the play is, offensive line confused because you coming off the end. You not just the Chiefs offensive line got embarrassed, you got embarrassed too. You know what I mean? In the Super Bowl. Also, you got to, not just come off the Super Bowl. We seen a little bit of signs of the Chiefs proving when the Chargers game, we seen a little bit of life. But your defense looked the same from the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? The Chargers just did what you did. They did everything to you. So this is, you know what I mean? I know I see the guys dancing in practice. I better see you dancing off for a sack celebration this coming Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Is it on Fox, right? On Fox, whatever. Right. Yeah. So
Tom Brady in the house. Let's go.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Yes, it's the Chiefs defense, and yes, they gotta get pressure. Now you brought up the defensive line, the sacks. I'm bringing up pressure. George, Galati, Tilly. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody on the defensive front. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring pressure. No blitzing. No blitzing. I'm talking about I want them 4 guys to get busy out there. I want to see them push the pocket. I want to see them guys go out there and show the world and the Chiefs Kingdom who they are. Because Chris Jones got manhandled by by Alt, man. Like I'm watching, I'm like, damn, bro, it's not cool, man. You know what I'm saying? He supposed to be that monster. He supposed to be that Michael Parsons. He supposed to be that Myles Garrett. He supposed to be the factor. And I want Chris Jones to be that in this game. He's gonna have to. And George got his money. George, I want you in that backfield, bro. I want you in that backfield. I want you causing pressure. You know, make Hurst uncomfortable. I want Galati to go out there, man. I want to continue to put pressure. And if we get a sack, fine. I want them to disrupt everything that Hurston wants to do. That's what I'm looking for, because that to me gonna tell me a lot about this team. That I want maximum effort. You know what I'm saying? So
maximum effort. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Maximum effort. That's why
maximum effort, man.
Max out. Max out.
Max out. Yeah, man.
So yeah, I think the Chiefs like to play, a lot of man to man, and that's kind of where now the defensive line has the onus of keeping the quarterback in the pocket and not letting him escape. So again, that's a certain way that you have to play defense, or you're going to play zone behind it, have all eyes on the quarterback. So you don't necessarily have to have a spy, but everybody kind of has to play together. You saw it a little bit last night with the Packers. I mean, they're like a pack of dogs, right? But every time Parsons was in there and Rashawn Gary and whatever, they were getting pressure, against Jaden Daniels. They all had eyes on the quarterback, and he didn't really have an idea where to go with the ball. And when they did, they were breaking on the ball. So that's kind of what you want to see. That's what you want to do and be able to do. Now, Spag's got his blitz packages. He's going to bring pressure from different places. That's just what they do. That's part of their game. But at the end of the day, somebody's got to get home, right? You can't let them sit back there forever and then, break contain. And now all of a sudden the DBs have their backs turned because they're guarding their men, and Jalen Hurts is out the gate. So, they definitely have their work cut out for them, but it's definitely the Chiefs. The Eagles defense wasn't great against Dallas, right? I mean, Dallas was pretty much able to do whatever they wanted. It seemed like for most of the game. They had a couple of drops, but they they should have won that game. But they're missing some pieces, but still, I got to say the Chiefs, because again, now it's 2 games where they haven't quite looked themselves.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get to the next question. I don't know if we went over it by now because I couldn't hardly see if we go.
So Nick, can the Chiefs offense be effective without a consistent running game, or will Pops be the key to opening up the passing game?
I don't think they can be as consistent as they want offensively unless they run the ball. I mean, we've already talked Brashard Smith. I think we're all in agreement the kid deserves the opportunity to get more snaps. He was the second running back brought into the game behind Pacheco. I think the Chiefs have gone as far as they can with Pacheco, so they have to establish something. I don't know if he's that guy. This is not the kind of defense where you just run into a wall and hope you get yardage. You've got to find the hole. You've got to move. You've got to read the defense. You've got to cut. And I don't think he's that running back against this defense. He didn't play well in the Super Bowl. And I think Brashard Smith, maybe give Elijah Mitchell an opportunity or give a few more snaps to Kareem Hunt. But this is not the kind of defensive line that you can go up against and just climb on the back of your offensive lineman. You got to find the holes. And so I don't think Pacheco is going to be the answer in this game.
Go ahead, Luke.
Well, they only gave him 5 carries last game, so it's hard to say where he's at. It looked like in preseason that he definitely looks a lot more spry. It looks like he worked on his hands and being able to catch the ball and so forth. But again, you really can't tell much on preseason. I just bring that up because he looks in very good shape. So I think it's just a matter of being able to stay consistent with the running game, or at least just keep at it, because eventually, if you keep running the ball, now again, you can't, run on first down, run on second down, and hope like hell Patrick makes a play on third down. I mean, you don't want to get into that. You want to hit, get some yardage on those run plays. But again, just to keep the defense honest and they're not completely sold out on pass every time, because again, with the offensive line being as young as it is, Juwan Taylor having his issues on playing tackle and being called for penalties, that could be a thing. That could be a problem. But just at very least, you want to hand the ball off at least 15 to 20 times during the course of the game. 10 just wasn't enough to actually establish anything. So I really can't say Pops isn't there yet. We'll see.
I'd say yes. Isaiah Pacheco will be the key to open up the passing game. A little more. You know what I mean? Because the first half, like I said, against the Chargers, it looked like everything was just thrown together. Like they wasn't getting everything on because they was out there just trying to throw the ball. And they had that much running. Isaiah Pacheco did run the ball a little bit. Good in that game. I think so.
He left a touchdown on the table. He had an easy touchdown going around Simmons.
They went away from it though. I think if you got to stick to it, because that's what they did.
He got the ball 5 times.
Yeah.
5 times, Nick. So you got to stick to the running game and see that's and I know I bring him up on the show a lot. That's what Eric Bieniemy was here for. Sticking to the running game. And that's what we need around here. We need somebody that's going to challenge that. And say, hey,
how does running game look last week?
I don't know. It looked that good to me.
They handed off 10 times. I mean, is this thing on? Hey, does this work?
So here's the thing.
You don't know. How do you know? It didn't look at me. You only handed off 10 times. It's like,
all right, coach.
Yeah. So here's
try something like 2 or 3 times. Well, that didn't work. Well, bail. Let's do something else.
So here's the thing.
You're not going to completely take it out of Patrick's hands, but you certainly want to give your running backs more than 5 carries.
So here's the thing. When it comes to any offensive team in the NFL, it starts with the running game. It starts with the running game. You got to really run heavy. Hey, the first couple of carries, you might get 2 yards per carry. Fine. Still establish the run. Guys. Keep them safeties honest. You got to keep running the ball. You can't get away from it because you don't get 5 yards per carry. You keep running the ball. You keep doing it, guys. The thing of the NFL, guys, a great offense is a balanced offense, guys. You got to play a balanced game. If you don't, you're going to get beat. You know what I'm saying? If you run the ball, can't throw, you're going to get beat. You throw the ball, you can't run, you're going to get beat. You have to play balance to get the play action game to work. You got
a running back to do it.
Yeah, you got to do it.
like Lou said, if you only run 5 times, how you know he's a running back? But again, like to go back on what Coach said, man. Like I went back and watched the All 22 film in my little free time. Little bit of free time I get. I went back and watched the Cowboys and Eagles game. I said, I want to see what the Cowboys was doing. Guess what they was doing, Lou? Running the ball. and you seen that
Javonte Williams looked like he did 5 years ago.
And you see the linebackers pull down, safeties pull down. Then where's it? Brett Scott. Where can what's his name? Dak hit him over. Was throwing the ball even better as well. If you look at that, man, like I know Isaiah Pacheco and this and that. The kid almost had 1,000 some yards. A lot of people don't give him no credit for. That's when they was running the ball. If they get back to that, I feel like this offense can get going again.
Yeah, go ahead and get wrong. I'm not saying all of a sudden the Chiefs are going to become a running team or they're going to do like a 50-50 split. No, but even like I said, 20 running plays should be a minimum, right? And I don't care what the result is, but you just keep hammering it to keep them honest. Like Hense said, to make sure that the linebackers, are cheating in, the safeties start coming down in the box a little bit to try to help out in the running game, and then you hit them with the play action over the top. But again, no way is Andy Reid it's going to be balanced. Maybe like even a 70-30 split or 60-40 I think would be a little overboard. He might lose his head, but 70-30 certainly is within range, right?
It's in range, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's get to the next question.
All right. So which quarterback, Patrick or Jalen, is under more pressure in this game?
Ooh,
man.
It's got to be Mahomes, don't you think?
We hope it's not.
Well, I mean, pressure to win the game. I think it's pressure to win the game.
I hope it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has some pressure on him. I mean, he didn't play well by his own admission. He didn't make the adjustments. He could have had he could have had 3 big plays with Tyquan Thornton. He just didn't throw the ball deep well. I'm assuming those are going to be corrected. I think Jalen Hurts is just going to go play his game. I think he knows who he is. I think he knows what the offense is and isn't. He's confident enough that he can make the plays. He doesn't have a lot of pressure in this game. He's already beat Mahomes in the Super Bowl. So I think Patrick has all the pressure. And usually when Patrick has all the pressure, he succeeds. So for this game coming up, I definitely think that, Mahomes is going to answer the questions and answer the challenge. But I think playing at home, being 0-1, getting this team off the snide, don't want to lose 3 in a row, national TV audience, game of the week, Tom Brady, his heroes in the house. I think he has more pressure.
Go ahead, Lou. I'm fixing something.
Yeah, I don't know that the pressure really is different for either of them. I mean, obviously Patrick wants to play to his standard, so he definitely has that in front of him. I don't know if that's actually pressure, but just him just wanting to play to his standard. Jalen's got to be the same thing, because I think every game he plays, he has to prove himself, because he is looked at a certain way in the national media and different things. Now, I don't know if that really even registers to him. He's he's got that flatline personality, flatline blood pressure, whatever you want to call it, heart rate, but neither of them want to look bad or will do anything they can to win the game. So you saw the game against Dallas where Jalen mostly ran the ball. He didn't throw it much. Saquon really didn't have a very good game. And so I don't know if there's really any more pressure on one or the other, but as far as Patrick's concerned, he wants to play to his standard and give his team the best chance to win, which I'm sure he believes that in the Super Bowl, he didn't do that. Regardless of what was happening in front of him, he believes a lot of that was on him.
I believe
Jalen, I think, just wants to continue to maybe prove everybody wrong, that he is an elite quarterback, and it doesn't have to look a certain way for you to be an elite quarterback.
Right.
I am the best quarterback for this team. We're the champs. I'm going to show you again.
I get that, Lou. But I think the pressure's on Mahomes, because Mahomes has to play well this game. He is the captain of the ship. He is the demon. He is the slayer. He is Candyman, how Hense will call it. It's definitely up to him. He got to go out there and put the team on his back, because you're going against Goliath right now. You're going against Goliath. You know what I'm saying? So you need Peter. You know what I'm saying? David, my bad. I said Peter, my bad. David.
Yeah.
I said Peter. Wow, that's crazy.
We had a Bible lesson last time.
Yeah, we did. We've already gone down that road.
Great. It was great education thing. So here's the thing
again.
But listen, David, he's gonna have to be David, man. He's playing with a rock right now. He's playing the team, and really they little banged up right now. But I think right now it's on Mahomes, because remember, the man got a fade. Get a whole new look.
He did.
He was ready for this game.
The whole
he was
Samson
ready for
thing,
this game.
man.
Yeah, championship cut.
Cut it off.
Look at Bo. Bo got a championship cut. He's ready.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. My God,
man, clean
look
and
at
swift.
this guy.
Yeah. So here's the thing: is Mahomes gonna have to go out there and put on a goddamn show. He's gonna have to. I don't give a damn what receivers out there. He's gonna have to go out there and put on a goddamn show. He's gonna have to. It's on Mahomes to do it. I think who puts that Mahomes time post today? He's 12-1. He's great under pressure. So yes,
I didn't realize he's been an underdog
Mahomes
that many times.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Shout out to Tom, man.
13 times in his career.
Yeah,
that seems like a lot.
Yeah, man.
I have to say this, man. The pressure is on Mahomes, and it is. We all know that. You know what I mean? Because after the Super Bowl loss, you know what I mean? That now they coming into your house, the boogeyman's house. Now they coming to your land. It's not just a guy, right? It's a guy that beat you, more times than you beat him.
Right.
And Jalen Hurts. So you took out Josh Allen. Yes, you took out Burrow. Yes, you took out Lamar. But it's one man in the NFC that can say, hey, I am the kryptonite. I am the green kryptonite to Superman.
And they are green.
And that's what's happening right now. And Patrick Mahomes got to show that he can avoid the kryptonite and the Eagles and that terrible chant. So if I had to say, the pressure is on Mahomes, but again, the pressure will be on Jalen Hurts when it's all said and done. Come on Sunday with Chris Jones.
I think Coach was praying there for a second.
Yeah,
so.
well, sure. Praying to
whatever, Nick.
Was praying to the NFL gods.
Peter,
man,
David, one of those guys. Do you guys think that Patrick, running the ball more is going to be a thing during the regular season? Because he typically kind of saves that for the playoffs. But the other night against the Chargers, he was the leading rusher, right? I think 6 times, 57 yards. Do you see that continuing where he's just going to say, hey, if they're going to give me these yards, I'm taking them?
He's going to take.
I'd rather see him run for the first down than run for his life. If nobody's open and he run for the first, that's great. That's fine. But seeing him run for his life, no. I don't think he's going to run for his life this season. I think he's going to run for the first down.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to see him lowering the shoulder. Jordan Love did that last night too to get the first down. But
I seen that.
One of those if you keep doing that, one of those times you're not going to be able to get upright. You're not going to feel quite right, and you won't be able to throw the ball. But I'm just wondering if you guys thought that he's going to do that for the course of the year.
I think, Coach, go ahead, Hense.
You go ahead. I was reading something. Go ahead.
I mean, I think Andre's right. I think, I'd rather just get the first down and not have an incompletion, get another series and start the drive over again. I mean, I think if he watches the game film, from the Eagles, he's going to see what Hurts does. And I think it's important for Patrick to use his legs to keep the defense honest. I mean, that may be the rushing attack. That may be the guy that creates those mismatches. I mean, look what Justin Herbert did. He had a couple of, obviously the big run at the end of the game, but he had a couple other nice runs because the defense was pushed so far back and there wasn't anybody, up there. Now, the Eagles didn't do a spy like they did, like they've done in the past in the Super Bowl. So we don't really know specifically if they're going to have a spy on Mahomes in this game, but I think he's going to run the ball more, and I think he has to do it by choice until they get a running game that's consistent.
Speaking of that, let's get to the last question before we go on our score predictions.
All right.
Okay, so what's the biggest X factor for the Chiefs offense against the Eagles, and is it someone other than Patrick or Kelsey?
I have that answer.
Let's go.
It's Tyquan Thornton. I think if they can if they can make those connections, I think he can get open. I think Juju Smith-Schuster has been wonderful working with him.
Yeah.
He's got him up to speed on the offense. He's helped him out in so many ways that I think he's the key for me right now. I don't know when we're going to see Jalen Royals. I mean, it may not be for a while. We know that we're going to get Worthy back. We know we're going to get Rice back. Those are givens. But if Tyquan Thornton can take on the mantle of being the guy along with Hollywood Brown, but if Thornton can extend that defense, listen, we saw Dak Prescott throw some dimes, deep dimes. The Eagles secondary is not good. Okay, it's average at best. Yeah, they have a lot of penalties.
The Cowboys went after Adoree Jackson.
Yeah,
I was about to say that too. Adoree Jackson
certainly
is
hurting at the number 2 corner for sure because they've got DeJean playing the slot and then Mitchell playing the other outside position. But they're kind of
they can definitely attack that side too, Lou.
Thornton's my guy.
Can it be a guy? Can it be 2?
It can be anybody.
It can be whatever you want, sir.
It's your day, man. You got the haircut.
I say it has to be Josh Allen, Josh Simmons, and Kingsley. Josh Simmons and Kingsley.
He's in his head. Josh Allen, man.
He's already got Bills fatigue.
He's waking up in the middle of the night.
Bills are going down Sunday. They're losing to the Jets. All right, go on.
I had to say this. It had to be Josh Simmons and Kingsley, because y'all two are actually new to the offensive line. Y'all wasn't there. Kingsley was there, but on the sideline, he wasn't playing in the Super Bowl. But this is your time to say, hey, I wasn't here. Let's control this defensive line. I heard these was some bullies in this yard. I heard it was some dogs that looking for a fight. And that's what Simmons is going to bring. I heard it was some pit bulls out here, but these are chihuahuas in green. So that's what they're going to do on Sunday. I feel like these two young bookends on Patrick Mahomes' blind side could be the X factor for the Chiefs other than Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey. Kingsley, come out here and ball out. And, hey, I know what I seen with Galati and Simmons in training camp. I want to see that with him and Carter. You ain't coming over here to spit on my quarterback. You ain't coming over here to slap my quarterback in the helmet on the Super Bowl. I'm going to make you pay as a rookie. So I feel like it's got to be those two when it's all said and done.
I'm going to stick with the offensive line. I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to say Creed Humphreys is my guy. I think Creed is going to be the guy to really set the tone for the Chiefs. I think he's going to set the tone. I think him dealing with Carter and dealing with that middle, I think it's going to open up doors, wonders, and for the running game too, right? And for the running game for Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. I think the interior offensive line, to me, is the X factor to open everything up on that offense. You know what I'm saying? Because to put pressure on the Eagles, I think the interior for the Kansas City Chiefs has to play magnificent. Had to play one of their best games, man. So
they normally do.
Interior.
Yeah.
Those guys,
especially this quarter, though. You don't
hear the names very often. It's because they're not making mistakes, and when you give them a chance to mash, and you keep doing it again, you're going to see some good things happen. I don't care who's carrying the ball. But outside of the O-line, I want to say, like, defensively, it's got to be somebody getting a pass rush. And it's not necessarily Chris Jones, not necessarily George. And I'm going to go back to my refrain. Number 54, give me Leo Chanel. Let's get it again, coming off the edge. The dude's a freak athlete. I don't know how for those in the back, please listen. Let him turn this man loose on those passing downs. Don't put him in coverage. If you got to bring the other linebacker and bring Jeff Bassett in to cover a lot, tight end or whatever, fine. But turn Leo loose on the quarterback a few times and see what he can do. And I believe it's going to happen. It's in my heart.
So Spags already talked about he was going to get more reps.
So put Leo at the end. So put Leo as a
passing down, just like
bring
have
Jeffrey
him come off
in to
have him
take
come off
his
the edge.
I like that.
Put him at tackle. Either way, if they're going to run, maybe like run a stunt with he and Amenahu or whatever side he's on with George
and he's got the speed to chase down Jalen.
But I think he's got enough athleticism and he's strong as a bull that he's gonna wreak havoc. I truly believe it.
I agree.
All right, sounds good.
So here's the score predictions from around the lead, and who they picking
around the
green.
Lead. A lot of green.
Bucky Brooks out there on an island.
I don't even know who some of these people are.
Right?
So
when everybody goes one way,
way to go, Bubby.
Bucky.
Do you agree? So here's our score prediction for the Chiefs.
We're almost unanimous. Dre's got the Chiefs losing by 2 touchdowns. Hense, come on, they're going to put 51 points on them. That would be incredible.
Number on the end. Come on, man.
Hey, Dre got him losing. I've got him coming out.
I think I keep throwing 27-24 out there, hoping that's going to ultimately be.
I just put it out there because realistically, if they don't get the trench work together, that's what it's going to look like. But if they get together, you might see 51-3. Yeah, you might see it. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
It is going to be
the guys on the desk today. We're talking about just like the defensive plan and how Spags they came in and they're like, we're not going to let Saquon beat us. and they I don't want to say completely shut him down, but they shut him down pretty well. I mean, he was obviously through the playoffs, leading into the playoffs. I mean, he was just running through everybody, right? And take your chances with letting Jalen Hurts attempt to beat you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see them changing that? I mean, I feel like that wasn't a bad plan.
They might go pass first, or they might switch it up.
Yeah, that'll be the more interesting thing to see is what the Eagles do offensively. Do they take a page out of the Chargers book where the Chiefs probably were thinking all along, hey, it's Harbaugh, it's Greg Roman. They're going to try to run the ball. They're not going to throw it that much. And they came out and like, hey, we're just going to pass it. They're expecting us to run. We're just going to throw. So it'll be interesting to see what Sirianni comes up with.
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of play action. I think they're going to take the same approach and make the Chiefs stop them, and then just pound the ball with Barkley.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be no pounding ball. I think a lot of people are going to slip before they get into the stadium, and I don't know how they're going to slip before they get into the stadium.
Well, if you take them out with the airport,
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know how they're going to slip and fall and trip, but hey, it will be 50 to 51 to the Chiefs.
You got any more of that You got any more of that mango salsa? That'll make them slip.
God, this dude funny, man. They're gonna slip before they get to the stadium.
Yeah, slip and fall. But again, guys, hey, this is Red Friday, guys. Hey, enjoy y'all Friday. Enjoy the go down there on Sunday with Fox. Tom Brady and them. If you're going to go down there, I don't think a lot of Chiefs fans going to be there because they're going to be tailgating at the stadium.
Yeah, like Jason Kelsey and the pregame show is going to be there with.
The pregame show is going to be there.
Gronk and Terry Bradshaw.
I think they're going to move to the stadium at some point, but they're going to start out there.
Yeah. So with that said, guys, hey, I am Hense Todd, as Nick Athen, as Lou, and as Andre Tillman. And we want to thank you guys for, sharing everything on X and everything and, Instagram and everything, keeping us, alive here on this show. So with that said,
subscriber, Nick.
Hit that subscribe button.
Did
please.
We get the subscriber?
No, we have not. Well, they don't update it. It's not real time.
Refresh.
So
keep hitting refresh.
I did. I won't know tomorrow.
Keep hitting refresh.
I won't know tomorrow.
So if any of you guys out there haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and surprise. I saw an Eagles fan in there before Pash saying that they're going to come in here and kick ass. Okay, that's fine. You can have your opinion, but please subscribe so you can come in here every week and tell us how great the Eagles are.
All right, let's do it. All right, guys, we'll be back on Monday. I will be off Monday. I will be traveling, and maybe Wednesday. If not, I'll be back on Friday. So
with that said, guys, we'll see you.
Saturday,
man, Coach. So with that, we'll see you Saturday. We'll see me, Nick, me, Lou, and Dre on Monday. Have a good one.
All right, guys.
Pluck those feathers off those egos.